Hi everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective Podcast. On this Pageant Perspective Podcast, we go beyond the sash, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. I'm your host, Candice Freeman, and today I'm joined by a handsome director. He goes by the name of Menelisi Morobe. Am I right?
Yes.
Menelisi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
I'm fine, thanks. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi everyone, my name is Menelisi Morobe and I'm from Krugersdorp. I am the founder and director of Miss Unspoken SA. I'm also a model and aspiring actor. So my mission in life is do the most, make an impact, and the universe will follow.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. I have to thank you.
Thank you so much.
You've come a long way and we really appreciate your presence here.
Thank you.
Can you please tell me how you got into pageantry?
Okay, so how I got into pageantry, do you remember during the pandemic in 2020? So everyone had a lot of time on their plate, so I had time to self-introspect.
Wow.
And then I just realized that, there's pageants and I've always been interested, so why don't I go for it? And then, so when things started opening up in 2021, and then that's when I entered my first pageant, which was Face of Becky Casting Agency.
Oh.
So as I said that I'm an actor, so part of the package was you're gonna win a casting contract. So then I was like, okay, I can do both because pageantry, acting, so kill two birds with one stone.
Awesome.
So I entered the pageant. It was a journey pageant, and then in October, I was crowned Mr. Face of Becky Casting.
Wow, awesome.
So then I was like, okay, this thing, I won on my first pageant, so why don't I enter?
You were like, I got this, I'm natural.
I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah, you got something.
I can do this, man,
Yes.
since I won. And then on 2022, I entered Mr. Born Free SA, and then I got first runner-up for that one. And then I also entered Mr. Junior SA. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that one. And then on that one, I was the Gauteng winner.
Oh.
And then I also the national second runner-up. And then I also got the international Mr. Teen Globe SA for 2022. And then last year, on that very same year, then the Miss Unspoken SA came because, after having these different pageant ideas, and then I was like, I see a gap in my community. Why don't I open the same thing for them? And because with these big pageants, they are not accessible to people in the townships. Yes. So I was like, okay, let's do a Miss Unspoken SA pageant. And then last year I was focusing on 2023. I focused on hosting. Not the best show, but it happened. I had title holders. And then this year we are still planning the second annual, which is taking place on the 14th of December. So slowly but surely we are progressing.
Awesome stuff. I'm glad. Someone told me when you're a creative person, the one thing you have to continue doing is creating.
Yeah,
you have to continue because you get better at it the more you do it, right?
Yeah.
And so the pageant that you direct is called Miss Unspoken.
Yes.
Can you tell me why you chose that name specifically?
So I come from a community, let me just say the marginalized community. We
I
have
understand, yes.
unspoken social ills. So I was like, why don't you address those? Why don't you make an impact? So we need title holders that will speak about unspoken issues of society. So why don't you call it Miss Unspoken SA? Because the title holder needs to be an unspoken person that will address unspoken issues. So,
that's beautiful.
Yes.
So it's basically giving a voice to the community, to the girls overall. And then what's the vision that fuels you in pageantry? Especially directing specifically. What fuels you? The vision that fuels you in pageantry, sorry.
The bigger picture, I suppose, because it's always been, the way you started, let me say, I started out as saying I want to impact on the community. And then even though sometimes you feel like giving up, but then you remember where you started and where you're going.
Yeah.
So just keep on, and then God will do the rest.
That's true. And I think like sometimes when you do feel discouraged, you think of all the contestants that are depending on you.
Yeah, because I've received some feedback. They were like, Menelisi, you really inspire me. Continue what you're doing, because you are an example. And even the moms, they're like, oh, thank you for what you're doing for our girls, because otherwise they would be in the street doing drugs, etc. So then when I'm alone, and then I'm like, I can't give up.
Yeah.
So just you have to continue and persevere.
It really gives a young girl something to look forward to. You know, maybe they come from a disadvantaged background, home, maybe unstable families.
Yeah.
And coming here, they're like, I aspire to be someone, I aspire to do something.
True,
so it really gives them something to do. And saying it in that sense sounds small, but it's actually major.
Yeah, true.
So can you tell me how your pageant impacts the young ladies that take part in it? What's the benefits?
So when you enter Miss Unspoken SA, I mostly get first-timers. I don't really get seasoned models most of the time.
And that's a good thing, because you start them off, you know?
They start here.
Yes, that's beautiful.
So, yeah, I mostly get first-timers. They come to the pageant, and then we groom them, we train them how to speak, how to walk, how to be impactful. So, surprisingly, this year we expanded to 4 provinces.
Wow.
Which is Gauteng, Northwest, KZN, and Mpumalanga. So this year, in just a period of a year, we also expanded to 4 provinces, which shows that the work we're doing is also impactful. So I'm really looking forward to actually doing more work in other provinces, because I'm based here in Gauteng. But then I have also other directors in those provinces which are doing exceptional jobs. Especially the highlight of this year is the girls from Marikana. Like, if you know Marikana.
I've heard of this.
So we have a lot of contestants coming from there in the Northwest. And then to see how they started off, and then now they're these beautiful, confident young girls.
Yes.
We are addressing social ills. Most of them would have probably found themselves in situations like having teenage pregnancy, because those things are prevalent in those areas.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that the pageant managed to reach out to those people, and I'm looking forward to doing more.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's beautiful.
Yes.
And then when you're directing a pageant, what's your thought process? How do you go about doing the job?
Okay, so this year I'm being helped by the title holders to host the whole thing. So whenever they call me over ambitious.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, I want to do this, do that. They're like, you are not hosting Miss South Africa here. And then I just take the idea, put it there, and then they're like, Menelisi, this is realistic, this is not. How are you gonna manage this and that, the funds, etc. And then from a big idea to a more sizable idea, and then you just work on it, and then
And then do you have like a checklist? How do you get all your activities done? Do you remind yourself, or is there someone that's helping you?
No, I just do it myself. I just have to balance. I don't have a checklist, but I surprisingly know what to do next. So maybe booking the venue. I know after booking the venue, there has to be a DJ, there has to be decorations. So I also have a book where I just write, you need to do this and that. So it also helps.
And in your opinion, what would you say makes a successful pageant? When you're working so hard and there's the grand finale, people don't know the work that goes into it.
I think happy contestants are the highlight of any pageant.
Yes.
So you can have an empty hall, but then if the contestants are happy, you've done your job. Instead of entertaining the people, but then if the girls are on stage and then they're smiling, and then they know that even though I don't take the crown, but then I've benefited something, then I've done my job, because I've impacted the people that I wanted to do.
That's beautiful. And how would you describe your work ethic as a director? I know you said they say you're overambitious, but your work ethic overall, how would you describe it?
I would say I'm just me. I do take criticism.
Oh, okay.
Even though sometimes it's not comfortable, but then I do take criticism and work on it. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, criticism isn't always easy to take, but we have to take it. And then, as a director, what are some challenges you've had to face in pageantry, and as being a director, and how do you overcome them?
As in directing, I've faced challenges. It's mostly funds, I suppose. So the funding concept of things. Last year, I didn't have enough contestants to cover the whole pageant.
Okay.
And then, of course, that means things didn't happen the way they were supposed to be. But then it's about how you react to those situations that really helps, because someone would give up, but then I chose not to. So this year, I'm hoping for a better edition of the pageant. Yeah.
And can you tell me how you persevere through pageantry, especially directing a local sort of community-based pageant, you know? Because like what you said, like there's, you know, funding is a critical, very important part of it. And if there are any people that would like to help, you know, Menelisi would be more than happy. So how would you say about that?
Oh, you're speaking in terms of the challenges.
Yeah.
So since it's community-based, unfortunately, I don't get a lot of support from my community. I don't know why. But then the further the geographic, and then that's where I get most of the support. I don't know if maybe it's because the community does not have enough to give, but then the support only comes from like external people,
which is a blessing, you know.
It is a blessing.
Like you never know which well you'll receive water from.
Yeah. So, but I'm just hoping that as time goes by, I want this to be a community collaboration. Yeah, and then even also seeing the people that do my searches, I want it to be community so that we uplift each other, because. Who are we without a community? So
yeah, that's true, right? And then for anyone that wants to take part in pageantry but feels very doubtful, what would you say to them? I mean, you've been in it yourself, and it does take some courage. It takes some courage and some kind of confidence. But how would you encourage them to join pageantry?
My message is: you want it, get it. So there might be some adversities, but then you just have to make sure that follow your dream. Follow your dream. There's someone who will support you, even though you may face all the challenges. Just persevere, and then the universe will always follow whatever you want.
That's true. That's true. And then I have this question for you, because I think what you're doing is a great thing.
Yes.
I think it's very beautiful what you're doing, and the fact that you are persevering and you're continuing with it. So I want to know, already having the impact that you have in the community and the impact you'll even further have, how would you like to be remembered? What is the legacy you want to leave behind?
I want to be remembered as someone who didn't change because of the position that they found themselves in. I want to be remembered as a hard worker who not only aspired to make themselves better, but others too. So that's what I want. Even with my own personal ambitions, I want to be remembered as someone who was a community developer.
Yeah, definitely. That's beautiful. And then with regards to your pageant, you did say that the grand finale is somewhere in December. Maybe you can share a bit about the journey of Miss Unspoken for this year.
Oh, so unfortunately, by the time this pageant will be published, the entries will be closed. But then feel free to come on the 14th of December at Fashion Capital. That's where the pageant will be taking place. And contact me at the Miss Unspoken SA page at Miss Unspoken on Facebook, Miss Unspoken _SA on Instagram. Or you can personally follow me at Menelisi _1 on Instagram and Menelisi M on Facebook. Otherwise, the pageant is still on. I'm hoping to see more of you on the finale.
Awesome stuff. Mr. Morobe, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Candice.
It's a pleasure to our audience. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, follow, and be part of this pageant community. From Candice and Menelisi, it's bye for now.